we just wanted to say a couple of words. Pause for the cause, as they would say. Is everyone from the backyard inside already?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this from off the top of my head.
All right.
So, a couple of things, I think.
Dress is not a slide to the back, please.
First, we're really blessed and lucky to be standing here, given, as we all know, of what's happened with the last, feels like 2 years to me, but I think it's more like a year and a half. So we have to thank, I'll say God, whatever you call your maker, for the ability to safely gather, for those of us who lost loved ones in the last year. I know I did lose family in the UK, and those of us who know people who have lost people, I think we can't gather in these moments without recognizing where we have been. So I'd just like to begin with that. And within that context, I want to also acknowledge that as a Black culture organization with a heightened awareness of what it means for people of African descent to gather in the Americas on Turtle Island, recognizing that we are on Indigenous land, but we are a people that come from Indigenous Africans who were forcibly brought to this part of the world. And thus there's an extra responsibility for us to be allies in the fight for human rights and social justice for Indigenous people whose lands we stand on. And so whether that is about the Métis, the plethora of Indigenous people from all over the world that live in this city that we call Toronto, or some would say Toronto, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, the Huron-Wendat peoples, who am I forgetting? I always feel like I forget one of the nations, the Mississaugas of the credit. Yeah, we just have to acknowledge that we are visitors, settlers, be it by choice or forcibly on this land, and that extra responsibility for those of us who identify as African people and as people of African descent is important. And with that said, this show is really special because I think we had a conversation, Emmanuel, in the backyard about being Indigenous African, and I think a lot of us hear this, especially from folks on the continent, that you don't know you're Black until you come to the Americas, and that dichotomy of balancing what that means within these places. So I will let him talk about his work, but I just wanted to personally say we're really lucky at BAN to own this house. We're lucky that this house allows us to create space for artists to just be and do whatever they want to do without having to explain to someone why they're doing it. We never underestimate the power of that, and we're grateful for the corporate partners, individual donors, and public sector funders that allow us to exist in this space. We know at this time, again, given the year and a half we've had, that our existence is resistance. And so we thank you for taking the time to come out. It's a rainy night, but I also feel extremely blessed because it also just feels good to have people in this space again and have art in this space again. And the work is so ridiculously stunning and soothing. So thank you for trusting us to show your first solo show in Toronto. And I'm gonna hand you the floor so you can greet your people.
Thank you.
Emmanuel.